We are counting down the top 10 AI tools you should avoid in 2026, ranked from worst to best. From formulaic content generators to creative powerhouses with hidden risks, each entry exposes unexpected flaws in originality, privacy, or cost. Some seem indispensable until you see the data behind them. Which tool tops the danger list? Let's begin with number 10. Jasper AI promises effortless marketing copy with its library of templates, ADA, PAS, and more. But when tested against direct prompts in leading LLMs, Jasper's outputs echo the same tired phrases, such as best-in-class solutions and unlock your business potential, repeated across different briefs. Even the blog post generator leans on these formulas, leaving little room for brand distinction. In 2026, the team plan starts at nearly $49 per month, with higher costs for advanced features. Yet reviews highlight that Jasper's updates lag behind the latest large language models, making it slower to adopt new capabilities. For creators seeking originality or value, templated content and premium pricing make Jasper a risky investment. Copy.ai pitches itself as a flexible copywriting assistant, but its long-form outputs often stumble after the opening paragraphs. In side-by-side tests, a 1,000-word blog prompt quickly loses focus, with sections drifting off topic and transitions breaking down. The persona settings in the user interface offer only surface-level customization, missing the deeper brand voice tools found in more advanced platforms. Despite a paid plan starting around $49 a month, the catalog is packed with overlapping templates that rarely deliver unique results. Many users find themselves paying for a broad set of similar tools, rather than true narrative control. Compared to modern large language models, Copy.ai's subscription tiers feel like a trap for anyone seeking reliable, coherent content at scale. Grammarly Premium's AI features promise-polished writing, but the trade-offs run deeper than catching typos. When the rephrase tool is set to aggressive, a sentence such as, "I launched the product" becomes, "The product was launched," stripping away personal voice in favor of bland passivity. For anyone who values tone or originality, this flattening is hard to miss. Behind the scenes, Grammarly's privacy policy states that user text is analyzed and stored to improve its AI suggestions, unless tailored assistance is turned off. Even then, content may remain until you delete it or close your account. The free tier already catches most grammar slips, leaving the premium AI upgrades feeling incremental, especially when the cost is your unique style and the risk of your words being processed in the cloud. For sensitive drafts or confidential material, that is a price many writers are not willing to pay. Otter.ai offers the promise of turning every meeting into searchable, shareable notes. But when background chatter or crosstalk enters the mix, the cracks become obvious. In 2025, a routine team call with 3 overlapping voices and coffee shop noise left Otter's transcript riddled with misspelled names and missing phrases, and accuracy dropped to about 80%, far below the company's 95% claim for clear audio. For meeting hosts, that means critical decisions or quotes can be mangled without warning. Even basic exports like CSV are locked behind the business tier, so after paying for premium, you may still hit a paywall to download your own notes. Otter's policy states that recordings and transcripts stay in the cloud until the user deletes them, with backup copies possibly lingering for legal reasons. For anyone recording sensitive discussions, the combination of transcription errors, hidden feature gates, and persistent storage raises real concerns about control over spoken data. Quillbot Premium's paraphrasing tool is marketed as a shortcut for rewriting essays and technical documents, but the risks go far beyond swapping words. In premium modes such as creative, even simple legal language can shift in meaning. A clause such as, "The vendor is not liable for indirect damages" might become, "The vendor does not accept responsibility for any damages," a subtle change that can have major consequences in contracts or academic work. Universities across the US and the UK have issued guidance warning that using paraphrasing tools to mask copied material can still trigger plagiarism detectors and may violate academic integrity policies, even if the text looks different. Quillbot's free version limits both length and rewriting options, pushing users toward paid tiers to unlock advanced modes and higher character counts. For students and professionals, the real danger lies in trusting an AI to preserve intent, when, in reality, a paraphrased sentence can drift just far enough to cause legal or ethical trouble. Notion AI stands out for its ability to process entire workspaces, but this convenience comes with serious trade-offs. When users activate AI features, Notion routes their content, including meeting notes, project drafts, and databases, through third-party large language models such as OpenAI and Anthropic. Official documentation confirms that these subprocessors retain workspace data for up to 30 days, with enterprise customers able to negotiate zero retention for sensitive material. Yet even with these limits, every AI prompt and response travels outside the core Notion environment. For long-form drafting, Notion AI's inline memory often loses track of context after just a few hundred words. In a 2,000-word test, edits contradicted each other across different sections, with earlier instructions forgotten by the end. Meanwhile, Notion's version history keeps a record of every prompt and output, persisting until a user manually deletes the page. For teams handling proprietary information, this combination of external processing and persistent workspace history demands careful review of both policy and workflow. Runway ML's Gen 3 model has captured attention for its ability to generate video from text, but the results can turn unpredictable in ways that raise serious concerns for creators. In tests with complex prompts, Gen 3 outputs have shown warped limbs, floating hands, and frames that flicker or dissolve, visual artifacts that undermine trust in the tool for any polished project. These glitches aren't rare outliers. They are a known risk when pushing the model beyond simple, controlled scenes. Runway's own policy warns users against impersonation and deepfake misuse, stating that generated content cannot be used to mimic real individuals without consent. Yet enforcement is difficult, and the company's acceptable use guidelines admit that detection is imperfect. Adding to the uncertainty, Runway has not provided a full list of its video training sources, leaving filmmakers and commercial users in the dark about whether their outputs might echo copyrighted or proprietary footage. For anyone producing creative assets in 2026, the combination of technical brittleness, ethical gray zones, and lack of dataset transparency makes Gen 3 a high-risk bet, especially when the stakes involve public campaigns or client work. Midjourney stands out for its ability to create images that are instantly recognizable, lush, painterly, and often more visually striking than outputs from DALL-E or open-source competitors. Artists and designers have flocked to the platform for its signature style, using Discord prompts to generate everything from concept art to polished illustrations. But beneath the surface, a wave of legal uncertainty has swept through the creative community. In January 2023, a group of artists filed suit against Midjourney and other AI image companies, alleging that their copyrighted works were scraped from portfolio sites and used to train these models without consent. By the middle of 2025, major studios like Disney and Universal joined the fight, accusing Midjourney of copying character likenesses and promotional materials, citing side-by-side outputs that closely mirror protected works. At the same time, the platform's licensing terms have shifted repeatedly. Commercial rights are tied directly to subscription level, and carve-outs for corporate or government use add layers of complexity. Creators hoping to sell AI-generated art must navigate a maze of policy updates and legal gray zones. For those relying on Midjourney in 2026, the risk goes beyond aesthetics. Every prompt and output could carry hidden exposure to copyright claims, unresolved lawsuits, or unclear licensing. The result is a tool that dazzles visually, but leaves anyone seeking commercial certainty in a legal fog. Claude Pro from Anthropic has earned a reputation for handling massive documents with ease. In real-world tests, it can summarize and analyze files up to 100,000 tokens, about the length of a full novel or a 100-page contract without breaking context. This long context capability makes Claude a favorite for researchers, lawyers, and anyone who needs to process dense material quickly. But that power comes with clear boundaries. When prompted to write speculative fiction with violent or controversial themes, Claude often refuses, citing its safety guidelines. Even creative writers have found their requests for edgy roleplay or satire met with polite but firm denials. These guardrails are a direct result of Anthropic's safety-first design, which prioritizes grounded, responsible output over raw creative freedom. For users who value privacy and predictability, this approach offers real peace of mind. Yet there is a price. The Pro plan costs $20 per month, and processing very large files can be noticeably slower than on other platforms. Heavy users report higher per-document costs and occasional latency spikes when handling complex queries. For anyone weighing the trade-off between safety and flexibility, Claude Pro stands as a model of restraint, highly reliable for sensitive work, but less willing to push creative boundaries or deliver instant results on massive workloads. ChatGPT Plus stands at the top of nearly every 2026 AI tool ranking, and for good reason. When tested on a complex marketing brief, its O-series model produced the most coherent, well-structured draft in the field, with clear logic, strong transitions, and a tone that matched the prompt's intent. Custom GPTs and plugin support stretch its versatility even further, making it the go-to assistant for coding, research, and everyday problem solving. But even here, the illusion of perfection breaks down under scrutiny. In one long-form demo, ChatGPT fabricated a statistic about 2024 ad spend, citing a non-existent industry report. Fact-checking revealed the number was invented, not just misquoted. OpenAI's own policy states that unless users opt out, their chats may be retained and used to train future models. The relevant excerpt reads, "Content you provide may be used to improve our services unless you disable training in your settings." For freelancers and teams, this means that sensitive drafts, client data, or legal notes could be stored on OpenAI's servers, subject to company retention rules and even court-ordered preservation, as happened during the New York Times lawsuit. At $20 per month, Plus offers unmatched power, but it demands discipline. Every output should be checked, every sensitive prompt considered twice. The tool's strengths are real. The risks, including hallucinations, data retention, and policy shifts, can only be managed by putting human oversight at the center of every workflow. And with that, we've come to the end of today's video. Feel free to smash that subscribe button and comment below what you think about this.